Other people may think they'd like to live their lives over, but not me. Not if this last week is going to be in it. Out of what has just happened at the Fingers, both Jacqueline and I got something worth keeping, but heaven defend me from ever again having to stand helplessly by, while it becomes more and more apparent to almost everyone but me that the person I love most in the world is murderously insane. Heaven forbid that I ever again see a car moving like Frankenstein, of its own power and volition, carrying a secret burden into a lake, or that I ever again grasp an arm and feel that rigid marble chill, or that I ever again have to look on while a blood-drenched shirt is ripped away from the terrible red hole a bullet makes in living flesh. I never again want to know the panic of facing the evil of a mind so much more skillful than mine that even the signs we did see, the acid in a bride's toiletry bag, the burned matchsticks under a bed, the word scrawled with a child's blue chalk on rock, all just bogged us deeper in error and despair. I never again want to have a flying figure come hurtling at me from an unlit staircase, or wake in the morning to find my bathrobe slashed, or stand endless hours facing a door, fighting a vicarious fight. Any time in my life is going to be too soon for me to want to feel again that I'm a member of a looming last man's club, with death walking hooded in the night, relentless and remorseless, and successful. Someone, I suppose, some Heaton, will live on at Fiddler's Fingers. But it'll be all right with me to be away from that particular slash of water, that particular brush of wind, that near inhuman chuckle that came to sound like laughter. The funny thing is that even on the day I rushed up to the North Shore from Minneapolis, I was expecting trouble. Not the kind of trouble I got. Just nice, ordinary trouble I could smooth over in a wind. Smoothing over my beloved cousin Jacqueline's troubles isn't entirely new in my life. We'd lived together since she was 4 and I 7. This second marriage of hers to Bill Heaton was bound to take adjustments, I thought, considering that she had a daughter of 2 and he had a son at the university. Undercurrents of restraint had run through Jacqueline's recent letters. And then there'd been that out-of-the-blue note from Jean Nobelin, which had catapulted me in to ask my boss for a week's vacation. 2 days after I got Jean's note, 11:15 on the morning of the 4th of July to be exact, I was clinging to the guardrail of the North Shore bus as it slowed for its Grand Marais stop. My neck cricked so I could peer through a window, my feet ready to get me through the door the moment it opened. One glance at Jacqueline, I thought, would tell me what was wrong and how much. That girl on the bus seems awfully simple and unsuspecting to me now. Just before the bus jolted still, I had an instant's glimpse, against a backdrop of sun-dazzled white cement, filling station, and blue lake, of what looked like a completely normal family group. Jacqueline in the fuzzy blue sweater and white slacks I'd given her for her Bermuda honeymoon, Bill in all-white flannels and almost terracotta skin, and down below, holding Jacqueline's hand, the pink, small, bouncing mite that was Toby. Then the bus door folded open, and there was nothing between us but a heavy-set woman with several suitcases. In an instant, I had Jacqueline's shoulders in my hands. That was when dismay slid all the way down my interior like a liquid silverfish. Over Jacqueline, like a fever, was what looked like shivering expectation. No, worse than that. Fright. Her eyes were full of it. Eyes so lovely you couldn't usually see anything except their loveliness. Brown flecked against a green as dark as pine needles. She laughed. She hugged me. She cried lightly, "Anne, we're so delighted. Your wire surprised us so." She didn't mean it. I said stupidly, "What's wrong?" Through all the insecurity of our childhood, we'd been almost one person. Even that brief and tragic first marriage of hers to Pat Salishaw hadn't separated us. But she was shut off from me now. She moved out of my hands, her eyes avoiding me. "Wrong?" she repeated, as if the word had no meaning. "But nothing's wrong, darling. Here's Bill and Toby." Her head, with its free-blowing dark hair, was thrown stiffly back. I stood caught in so much bewilderment that for an instant I didn't see or hear anything, foretaste of a state that was to become all too familiar.